oh hey. So I wanted to share this. I'm going to try to be more consistent with posting videos and stuff because I think that as we all kind of go on this journey, it's important for us to stay in touch, right? And for me to be open about my journey as I'm learning and mastering these skills. So I wanted to give a little story about what happened with the money rituals and all of that, because I think when we start manifesting and creating things, I know for myself I get stuck in like, oh, it has to be this one specific way. And that's really not how magic or manifestation works, right? Like, you may want a certain result, but if you're banking on it to happen in a certain way, you're limiting and cutting off possible opportunities. And it's another important note to have and maintain your frame. So I was doing the money rituals. I make myself a guinea pig for all the stuff I share. So I was doing the rituals. I had the amazing Lakshmi vision that I shared in previous video. And I had been into stocks for a while, right? And there was a channel I was watching, and a name of a broker came up, and all these comments started talking about this broker. They were like, yeah, this broker's the shit, la la la. And so I was like, okay, let me check them out. And they had a WhatsApp number. Oh, you're gonna give me shit, but it's okay, whatever. So I hit up the WhatsApp, right? And the dude was like, what's up? I was like, hey, yeah, I hear you're a broker. Can you tell me about your process? And he was like, yeah, sure. You give me some money, and then through a website, we're going to download it to Bitcoin. And then once I trade that Bitcoin, I'm going to link it, or, I'm going to link it with my Prime account. And then you're going to be able to get your money back and stuff like that. And I just take 15% commission. And I was like, cool. So I sent him $1,600 to start, and then the website that it was on was saying that I needed to verify my account, so I needed an extra $2,000, and I didn't have that. And I was like, well, you're not getting that yet. But I had also gotten my two other friends in it, and so they started paying the $2,000, and then the amount of money, the time that I made that video, the ritual where I was like, my dreams are coming true, like the money was multiplying, right? I was at like $50,000. And every day I was telling my friend, like, dude, I fucking journaled about this. Like, I had journaled that money was gonna come to me easily and it was gonna be so funny and effortless. Like, this is funny and effortless, dude. Like, I am going to pay off my house, right? I was envisioning, like, quitting my job. Oh my god, like, I was just on such, like, a high-flying disc, right? Like, I was like, oh my god, like, I'm not gonna have to work anymore. Every day I'd wake up and I would look at the account and I'd be like, holy shit, I wrote about this, looking at how much money was in my account, like, and just being so proud and happy and shit like that. And then came the withdrawal. And my friend tried to withdraw his money, and they said that he needed to pay the commissions from an external wallet. We were like, well, we hadn't been informed of that. We thought that you were going to pay the 15% from the internal wallet. And they were like, yeah, but we got hacked a couple years ago, and so you're going to have to pay through an external wallet. So I was like, fuck, I don't know. And my friend was like, I don't know either, but, like, let's try. So we gathered up all our money. So that was another, like, $2,000. So in total, I lost about, like, $4,000. Okay, but that was, like, all that I fucking had, dudes. Okay? Like, I am broke. No, I'm not. But, I mean, because I'm recovering, right? And all that shit. But anyway. And sure enough, it was a scam, because then he withdrew it, and then instead of going to his account, it said the blockchain, in order to convert it, was holding it, and he needed to pay $5,000. And we were like, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this. And we reported it, we spoke to blockchain, we went through all these avenues, and they're like, yeah, you fucking got scammed. And I won't see that money again. Okay? Now, here's what's interesting though, is that when that happened, although I was disappointed, right? I had spent so much time working on a financial abundance mindset. You know what thought came to my head? With big risks come big rewards. Millionaires also lose shit too. At least I took the risk. And for the first time in my life, I was not sitting on the ground crying and freaking out because I didn't have my savings. For the first time in my life, I knew I was going to come back. That just wasn't the way, but that I was going to come back. That very day, instead of the crying thing or whatever, right? I go into the Target store and I'm getting cleaning supplies, and I run into a massage therapist friend of mine. Now, I'm currently going to school to being a licensed massage therapist, and by the month of April, I'm going to be graduating and starting my own mobile massage business. And so this was a friend who I had massaged as a case study once, okay? But she was a homegirl that I knew for years. She used to be a B-girl. She was fucking rad. But we lost touch, and I ran into her at the store, and just randomly, and she was like, "Dude, how are you?" And instead of me saying like, "Oh shit, I had fucking, I got scared," I was like, "Dude, I'm doing good, man. Like I'm hustling, like I'm doing good." And she was like, "Cool." She was like, "Yo, that massage you gave me," she goes, "was fucking life-changing." She's like, "I just got married. I just came back from my honeymoon. Like, in the massage that you gave me literally stuck with me all up until this time. Like, it released so much. I have been spreading your name around town like no other. I got a client who's huge, and he needs 2 people to work on him, and he's gonna pay us both. You're the person I want to work on him with." And I was like, fuck yeah. So immediately, job, money in the bank, right? Then I still felt a little bit, afterwards, because, when you take a loss like that and you lose everything, like, I'm grateful I had my job, but I was really looking forward to quitting, right? Like, I don't know. But it also opened up, and my coworker would have been also the one to invest in it too, and so he lost around 2,000, and that was all he had too in savings. And so he and I both were like, fuck, we don't want to be here. We're gonna work together on some side hustles. And so we just started like drilling it out. And that mentality of the abundance, of the financial abundance, only accelerated. It didn't stop. And I have been continuing to work on the side hustles, and some cool opportunities have been coming up. But yeah, and so we started working on some side hustle shit and all of that. I started getting back into my art and selling it on Redbubble. I am going to be starting a coaching program for occult studies because I'm obsessed with occult studies. But first, I'm making myself the guinea pig for life transformation, all of that, before I'm offering it. But I'm letting y'all know that is coming up. But yeah, like, just really fucking cool shit has been happening. And so, but when you do take a loss like that, it does come in process, in cycles, right? So I was talking to my friend who's in stocks too, and I was like, yeah, dude, I got fucking scammed. And he was like, bro, I'm sorry. And he was like, I got someone for you though. Like, let me know if this interests you. And he hooked me up with someone who's fucking legit to do like Forex shit, Like, fucking cool. So like, from that one loss, I had over 4 opportunities in total to make money come up. And I've taken them all. And then shortly afterwards, this past week, you know what I got? COVID. And it's been the greatest thing ever because I've been able to stay home. Typically, I work full time in a crisis center and then I have to go to fucking school, right? So, like, there's like barely any time for me to do what I want. This time, I couldn't go anywhere. And that opened up so much opportunity for me to do my side hustles from home. Like, look at remote stuff, look at online stuff, work on my studying, sleep, do the self-care, continue to do the rituals. I mean, it's just been blessing after blessing after blessing. And it's because I have maintained my frame. Because I know that the abundance comes to me easily and effortlessly. And that there are going to be risks and you may lose from some shit. But all your eggs are not in that basket. If you keep hustling, shit's going to come up and it's going to keep working out for you. So at first I was hesitant with sharing this because I was like, someone's going to read this as like those rituals don't work. But the reality, for me as to how I'm seeing it, is that they worked twice as strong. Because I am not the same person who has the poor mentality. And that was a fucking test. For me to lose all my shit, that was a test. Legit. Like, okay, what would you do? And you know what too? While that was coming up as well, I appreciate that experience because it made me face the belief systems I had when I attained the money. Right? Like, what am I going to do with the money? Where do I really want to go with my life? What are my top priorities? Those really became super clear for me when the idea and living as the experience of, oh my God, I'm going to be a millionaire was in my head. And I didn't lose those priorities that came up. They just became stronger and stronger. So anyway, that's my recent manifestation stories because I feel like I'm being propelled now in a new direction, which is why too I want to share my experience because in the Mages study group, right, we're going through vrittis and attachments and learning how to disconnect from the archetypes that we've been playing. And I feel like as of right now, I am gaining a new archetype and a new identity, especially when it comes to wealth and abundance and living freely. And as this comes up in your own lives too, I hope you don't get discouraged, but instead more encouraged because shit fucking works. You just have to maintain your frame. You have to really self-analyze and do the work. And when you do, shit's gonna happen. And when it does, it's not gonna affect you the same way and it doesn't slow you down. In fact, it propels you more. So anyway, I'll be posting more updates soon because I'm doing a critical self-analysis right now as part of my coaching program. But again, I'm doing it on myself first before I start testing it out. But it's coming about really, really cool. So I recommend, just as like putting it out there, that if you are really interested in self-analyzation, not just doing the rituals and the money 101 stuff that I was posting about, but also looking at your own behaviors and what elements they relate to. That's earth, fire, water, air, okay? And those are also tattvas, right? So if you do any of the tattva research, look into that too. And you'll be able to, and once you do that, you'll be able to see what your dominant elements are in certain areas and where you're and how to kind of balance those out. So I'll be getting into those later. We'll be talking about those later. But as of right now, this was just a little manifestation story I wanted to share about one of the tests that came up and the result from that, because this is all just a process. Anyway, much love to you guys. Many, many blessings on your journeys, and we're moving forward and we're fucking rocking because we're some goddamn divinatory alchemists, motherfuckers. All right, so see y'all later. Bye.